NaCl plus magnesium chloride, etc. Organic chemists always write a two-dimensional view of the molecule. Okay, the molecule having two-dimensional view, while the representing the structure of molecule like benzene. Let us take the benzene. 6 carbons are present in it, and a naphthalene. If you take the naphthalene, okay, here this is coming under organic chemistry. Now, whereas if you see the structure of a protein in the given diagram, you can carefully observe. Okay, in the primary region you can see, in the secondary region you can see how the proteins and their structure looks like. Okay, in the secondary region you can see the alpha helix in the protein. Why? Because a protein is made up of cyclic amino acids. Beta and plated sheets are also present. In the tertiary form you can see the binding of hydrogen bonds and the disulfide bonds. In the quaternary form, complete protein structure you can observe here. Understood, everyone? Later, if you carefully observe, physicists, especially physics experts, took the three-dimensional view of molecular structure. Why? Because they have a different view, while the biologists describe protein structure as 4 levels. Why? Because it has a primary structure, secondary structure, tertiary structure. In the diagram you have seen quaternary structure, hence it is 4 levels of protein represents 4 levels of structure. Why? Because amino acid sequence and its binding, okay, by the disulfide bonds and hydrogen bonds finally resulted in a complex protein structure. Hence it has 4 different forms. Sequence of amino acids, positional information in a protein, which is the first amino acid and which is second amino acid and so on, is called the primary structure, especially the protein. A protein is imagined as a line of, it is made up of a line of amino acids. The first amino acid is also known as N-terminal amino acid. The last amino acid is called, okay, C-terminal amino acid. Understood, everyone? And after this, a protein threads, if you carefully observe, a protein threads does not exist throughout an extended rigid rod. The thread is folded in the form of a helix. The thread is folded in the form of a helix. Of course, only some portion of the protein thread are arranged in the form of a helix, but remaining part in proteins, only right-handed helices are observed. So here finally other regions of the protein threads are folded into other forms, and whereas what is that called secondary structure. In addition, long protein chain is also folded upon itself like a hollow woolen ball, just like a ball. How a small hollow woolen ball looks like. Okay, these woolen ball contain different structures, right? Different threads. These threads represents the amino acids. What they represent? Amino acids. Gives rise to the tertiary structure. Finally, this gives us a three-dimensional shape of a protein structure. Okay, which is proposed by the experts in physics. Whereas biological activities of the proteins are different because it has another form, that is quaternary structure. Some proteins are an assemble of more than one polypeptide subunit. Okay, here the polypeptides are polypeptide chains or subunits. These are subunits. Okay, these subunits called polypeptide units are arranged with respect to each other. Respect to each other. Okay, and proteins otherwise called as a quaternary structure protein because of its shape and specific linear strings of amino acids that are arranged in it. If you take an adult human having red color pigmented molecule in the blood RBC called hemoglobin consisted of 4 subunits in the hemoglobin. What are they? 2 are alpha subunits and 2 are beta subunits. Understood? And these 4 are considered as a polypeptides. Okay. 2 are identical to each other, which are alpha are identical to each other, beta are identical to each other to themselves, isn't it? Constitute a complete structure of a hemoglobin. A remaining part we will discuss in the next class. Until stay tuned. Don't